So yeah, what we were saying before is that what we really like to do is bring out this like really cool projects from abroad and bring that right into China, and that's how we really wow the client.
Oh, okay, all right. 大家好, everyone. Hi, everyone. My name's Akio Morita Sanga, and I'm the poet that engineered design. They say creativity is intelligence having fun. Well, today with the brand that has embodied that concept for the last 20 years, they've been creating immense experiences for their clients, not only in China, but throughout the globe. And today they'll be giving us their insights on architecture, design, how to build a brand, why they named their brand EBT, and other hints for future designers, architects, or anyone that would like to create creative work. So today we're giving air to the voice. Like and subscribe, and
My name is Max, I work at EBT, and I'm in charge of helping EBT work with foreigners abroad, international designers, with our projects here in China.
Okay. So my name is Titi. I am come from EBT.
what does EBT mean?
So EBT actually comes from our Chinese name, which is E.B.T. And so E.B.T, if you look at the pinyin, it's like E.B.T. So that's how the English name comes about.
That means exhibition best team.
Yeah, that's also actually a better explanation.
Okay, and how long has the brand been running?
So we started
15 years.
about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
We've been working with foreigners since 2015, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so from that time.
What inspired this brand to be created?
So our inspiration, originally we were very much focused on temporary exhibitions. Oh. Yeah, so temporary exhibitions, so these sorts of exhibitions are a bit smaller and they only exist for maybe 3 months or 6 months. And it's very much focused on the brand. And we also did a bit of advertising. So originally, way back when we started off, that's what we were focused on.
So how did you transit from doing that to what you're doing now?
So originally, we were doing temporary exhibitions and advertising. And then in 2008, we attended a few conferences. And because we had so many case studies, we were able to move into our current business model, which includes enterprise galleries, includes science museums. So it was about 2008 that we started to expand. And we were in Suzhou and in Jiangsu province as well. So we kind of like, just because of the amount of projects we were doing, we managed to have more and more different types of projects and expand our business model.
Now, it's not easy to make it in the design industry, but EBT has been successful in doing this, especially since they've been around for 20 years. But what should we learn from them? Well, apart from them having a good brand identity, they have a solid strategy, and they've been focusing on providing an experience for their clients. Remember, loyalty is built by the value that you present to your clients. And this is another point of the 7 components of a comprehensive brand strategy: loyalty. You build your loyalty by your consistent body of work. And the more value you give, the more projects you have. So EBT was able to obtain the stock exchange in Shanghai because of their success in Shenzhen by building the Shenzhen Stock Exchange. So that's one thing you can learn from them. Having strong services that you're consistently providing to your clients helps expand your brand. So right now you're giving experiences to people in terms of museums. Explain that.
So a lot of it is telling the story of the clients we work for. So in our gallery, we're really trying to tell the visitors to that gallery about that brand and how they've developed. And so a good example that TT just raised was the Shenzhen Stock Exchange gallery. Now there's only 2 stock exchanges in China. There's one in Shanghai, one in Shenzhen. Oh. So it's quite, the Shenzhen one obviously is quite special because it's only one of 2, and we're telling the story of how it's developed, how China's developed with it. So a lot of it's this story of their kind of speciality, what makes them different, and that's the story we're trying to tell, is how is our client different.
非常高兴的是，然后我们刚刚这2天也 收到一个很好的信息，就是我们也中标了上海证券交易所，也就是另外一家。
很好，很好。
对对对，刚刚就是在跟那个客户在聊。
太好了。
我们中标了，对。
So TT was just saying we've got some really good news, which is that we've also secured the contract for the Shanghai Stock Exchange Experience Center.
Nice.
So yeah, we've already done Shenzhen, and now we're going to be doing Shanghai as well.
Okay. Strategic partnerships are very important when building your brand. You see, it's not only about having a great idea and a great team, but in order to reach new audiences and build new client bases, you need to have strategic partnerships. If there's something you can learn from EBT is that they've got partners in Australia, Britain, and now they're subsequently trying to expand globally. This would help them have a competitive edge in the business and produce stellar work in terms of their interior or other graphic designs that they would like to produce for their clients. This is an amazing thing for you to have. You don't grow on your own. The journey for you to grow to your vision comes with having a team. So EBT demonstrates an important part of brand strategy, which is competitive awareness. They're aware of their competitors, so in order to build their brand, they're extending their reach to new designers and collaborating. This works inversely. They help other designers and they grow. So in order to build, teamwork and partnerships is important.
What differentiates your brand from other brands that are doing this?
可能我们跟国际团队的合作，让我们在设计上的视野更开拓吧，然后能带给一些新鲜的、不一样的体验感。就是刚刚他问到的这个，就是这个给观众体验的是什么？我们更希望用一些简单的语言，去表述一些看起来复杂的内容。这个也是我们一直在跟国外团队一直学习的一个部分。
明白。
对，就是。对，因为我们国内的展馆，他们做的这些内容相对来讲，就是可能不太有展示的这个语言，就会很复杂。我们是尽量的是把它简化掉之后，变成我们整个展馆里面让大家很舒适的去消化理解的，然后便于传播。
明白。对。So TC was saying like, what makes us special? What makes us different to other companies in China who do this sort of thing? Like the first thing is that we work with foreigners a lot. So we work with a lot of international designers, and by doing that we can bring in a kind of fresh design to the market in China. And the second thing is we really try and make everything understandable to the public, because sometimes we are really talking about like very high level concepts, but you don't want someone to come into your gallery and just not understand anything. Like you need to be able to tell them, inform them about what's going on, and perhaps that's like Huawei's 5G, perhaps that's banks' history, you know, their founding history.
Engaging and creative.
Exactly, yeah. So it needs to be kind of, you don't want to simplify it, but you want to make it simple.
Yeah. So that's the task.
Like my name, TT.
Exactly, yeah. Kind of easy to understand.
What obstacles and challenges have you faced building this company and brand?
Because the industry here in China isn't so, let's say it hasn't been around for so long, and because China has developed so fast, a lot of the clients have a very unrealistic expectation for how long a project's going to take. And so, for example, in Germany, you might have 5 years to build a museum, but over here in China, you're only going to have 1 year. So there's a lot of pressure to meet clients' expectations here in China, and sometimes those expectations are a little bit unrealistic. So there is that challenge there, just because the industry isn't so mature, so there's not so many standards in the industry.
Why does it take Chinese less time than people outside? Is it budget?
Well, so it's not a case of it actually takes less time, it's that the client perhaps doesn't understand how much time it should take. So for example, in Germany, the client would be like, okay, I'll give you 5 years because I know it's going to take 5 years to do properly. But over here, because things have developed so fast and people want speed, they only give you 1 year. So you have this expectation from the client.
Wants it as soon as possible.
Exactly, yeah. And they think, 1 year is enough time. But actually, maybe we need more time. So that is a challenge for us, yeah.
So you've developed processes to help establish these brands? I mean, these museums in any place. Okay. What's your best place, like you design? Is there anything that stands out?
最好的
Yeah, what's our like 我们最好的项目你觉得？
最好的项目，深交所吧。
深交所。
深交所，对，深交所。深交所最好是因为我们的客户他们很专业，然后他们给到我们设计的时候已经给了一个很好的内容的基础，对，就是它其实是，前面他们已经花了1年的时间去整理所有的内容，所以这个是相对专业，然后我们花了大概近1年的时间去做，所以这个我们是有2年的时间来完成的。
那可以。
对，但是前面的1年我们是没有参与，对，但是他给到我们的基础是好的。
啊，那好，那好。
深交所。欢迎他们去看。
Yeah, for sure. So TT was just saying that the Shenzhen Stock Exchange is probably our best project. So the clients for that were super professional. They knew exactly what they wanted. They'd already spent 1 year like thinking about what they wanted, planning it out. Then they gave us a year to do it. And so overall it was a great project because the client's professional. They knew exactly what they wanted and we were able to deliver that in a really professional way.
Okay, and what's your vision for EBT?
愿景应该是，我们的使命是以客户
为原点，
对，以创造者为对，我来看一下。
So TT was just saying that. So right now we actually had a big like half-year meeting, and we discussed our strategy as a company, like where do we want to go, and the main strategy is like with the client as the source. The client as the source, that's how you kind of translate it. So with clients as the source, what it means is that we do have to meet the client's requirements, but sometimes the client doesn't know what they want. Like they don't exactly know what they want. They have some requirements. So what we need to do is we need to help them realize that. We have to help them find what they want. And so
like a design strategy?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of design is like this. You know, the client's not exactly clear what they want. They have a list of requirements, and you've got to do that. But it is really about like meeting the client's requirements, but at the same time finding what final products they want.
Okay.
You know, what it's going to look like, how it's going to feel, what are you going to experience.
Okay, so in the next 10 years, where would the company be? Do you think about going to Africa?
Actually, yeah, we sorry, I'm going to answer your question in reverse format. So we do actually have a project in Africa already, East Africa in Djibouti, and it's with China Merchant Bank, and they've got a project out there that we're helping them to do. 但是在10年未来，我们的规划是，
应该是，哎呀，这个得问我们老板吧。应该是就是还是根植于我们现在就是把企业馆、主题馆，和那个科技馆做好。就是科技馆呢，我们现在算是在专业的路上正在迈进嘛。另外还有博物馆，博物馆呢，我们现在也是把它纳入到我们这个整个规划的这个里面来。然后我们也会连同行业内的很多专家跟我们一起来，希望能在国内做出更多知名的，然后大家都愿意来看、愿意来体验，然后能够口口相传的这样好的展馆。对，也希望跟更多的好的这个不同的这个国外的这些专家的团队一起来合作。就是我们也希望吸取更多的一些国际元素到我们的国内的展馆里面来，让很多中国的观众体验到更好的一些展馆的信息吧。对。好。
So yeah, TT was saying like, so firstly it's actually science museums. Science museums is like a field that we really want to expand in right now. There's quite a lot of projects all over China about, you know, a lot of places in China are rebuilding their science museums. So we really want to get involved with those projects. Secondly, we want to go for a few more, let's say, famous projects in China. So projects that are really well known. We want to build a few very well known projects, and that way our reputation as our brand, is going to really be elevated quite high. And thirdly, we want to work with more international designers, more international design teams, more international designers in China, because Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's great for you, and it's
yeah.
great for anyone watching this. If you're interested about what you're hearing from EBT, we'd actually love to work with you if you feel you can bring something to our brand in China. So yeah, we're very much interested in bringing in fresh ideas and things that are really going to wow the clients and make an amazing brand here in China.
Okay. So how do people reach out to you? Do you have an email?
Oh, right. So how do people find us? So yeah,
Say it in the...
we've got a LinkedIn. So you can find us on LinkedIn. It will be EBT Studios on LinkedIn. So you click on that. Also, I've got an email address, max@scebt.com. And then you can find us on our website as well, which I will post in the description.
Okay, cool. One more question. The logo, since I'm a designer. What inspired the logo concept?
Okay, the logo.
它其实是几个那个组合的盒子，它看起来像是一个二维空间里面在玩一个三维的空间，在二维平面上起了一些立体盒子，然后在预示这个空间的这个部分。然后它那个盒子其实是那个 E.B.T 的一个组合，3个字母的一个组合。
明白。
这样子。
所以就是二维平面变成三维。
对对对，它有一点这个立体的这个透视的感觉，
对对对
但是它其实就像俯瞰这个 E.B.T 一字的这个简，对这个字母。
You've seen our logo, yeah?
Yeah.
And so it's kind of it's on EBT, those letters, and it's made up of 2D planes which kind of form a 3D shape, these 3D boxes. So it's kind of the 2D coming into a 3D space. So that's the kind of concept behind it. And yeah, it was one of our previous graphics designers who was with us at the start who designed that for us.
Nice.
对。
So thanks for giving us the opportunity, and would you like to tell anything to the viewers?
项目实际操作的一些那个锻炼的机会，就是对，可能刚毕业的人上来，他的想法可能会更多，但是不一定有表现的机会，因为更需要的，因为甲方客户他们需要的是能落地的，能实现出来的整个效果。所以更需要的是刚毕业的人，如果是有工作岗位提供给你，我希望他是不要去，就是可能要放下自己的很多那个在象牙塔里的，就是在大学里面，在学校里面的一些，怎么讲？就结合我们实际的这个项目的特点，然后要细心的观察到一些机会，然后把你好的想法能够传递给你的同事和你的上司，就是一边是要放下自己太多的那个不切实际的想法，但是呢要找准机会把你自己很好的一些创意
你要表现
出来。
You don't want to be shy, right?
对，所以这个是有点矛盾，但是确实是需要有这样的机会去磨练。然后更希望的就是，如果是设计的话，能够是比如从工地，如果是做建筑的，一定是从工地开始，就从工地开始去用你的脚去丈量这个工地的这个尺度，然后对，然后从最基础的这个图纸，会看图纸开始，一定要到项目里面来，
明白，
就是项目的本身里面。
好。So yeah, TT was just saying that actually there's a kind of contradiction when you graduate. You have all these kind of dreams and ideas, and some of them are quite unrealistic. And so you kind of need to realize where your limits are or where your limitations are, and you need to understand that sometimes if you're in a company or you're working for a client, you need to realize or you need to work on what's needed for that project. But at the same time, you also need to find opportunities to express your talent or express yourself. You don't want to not take those chances. So you have this kind of contradiction where you kind of want to be humble in one sense, but you also need to be bold enough to take those opportunities. So there's a kind of contradiction right there that you have to overcome. So yeah, that's how to. And also you're saying like if you, for example, architecture, it's probably best to start just from the basics, and you want to work your way up. So you need to get lots of experience so you understand the fundamentals of whatever field you're working in. My advice, I'm going to kind of cheat and I'm going to recommend a book. It's called How to Design Your Life, and it's based on university course at Harvard, and it's basically about, if you don't know what to do with your life, which is basically everybody, then it tells you a few strategies for finding out what you want to do. So a great example is like, say you think you want to open a restaurant, but actually you spend lots of time designing a restaurant, designing the menu, and then you actually start running the restaurant, you hate it. Yeah. What you actually like is designing. You like designing the interior restaurant. So he's saying like the book says he's saying that you could try lots of different things, and don't think that your path is going to be so straight. So I guess my advice is, read that book, because it's got some great advice in there.
Okay. Building a brand is not easy, but EBT has been in the game for a long time, and they've given us great insights. Now I've got news for you, all designers and creatives who love to design and produce brilliant work. They're giving you the opportunity to join their team. If you can look down the link below, you will see the information we are providing you to contact EBT. So if you're a genius or have a team of brilliant designers, I would strongly recommend joining EBT. Thanks for watching the video. Like and subscribe and comment. Give us your opinion. We're growing and would like you to be a part of our journey. We're giving air to the voice.
So I want to thank Aiko very much for having us on here. It's been great to talk about the EBT story. Make sure you subscribe to his channel, give him a like. And finally, I want to say, if anyone out there is interested in potentially working with EBT, if you want to be part of the great story here we've got here in China, building museums, building experience spaces, then of course drop us an email or find us on LinkedIn and we can talk some more.
Okay, you heard it first from EBT. Thanks for tuning in, and Zaijian, you just gave air to the voice. Keep watching for the next kinds of videos that are going to come up. They're going to be creative, innovative, We're giving air to the voice to all the entrepreneurs, innovators in Shenzhen, Shanghai, Beijing, and subsequently the world. So, Zaijian, and see you next time.